side, Conor.
He's a bigger name,
Makes
though.
it a bit, huh?
He's a bigger name, though.
Don't start.
We're dealing with a family feud.
Chris Eubank Jr. stopped Nigel Benn to win the world middleweight title.
I personally do hate him.
15 million people watched the rematch. Now, almost 30 years on, we get to see part 3.
I could not care less about him. Whether he's eating KFC, whether he's out in Saudi, whether he's losing bags on poker.
I'm going to go and get some more money.
As long as the outcome's my hand raised.
Things that his father put my father through, I can't forgive and I can't forget. Conor, you can't beat me.
Conor Benn pulls off a miracle, which was what it would be. I have to sail off into the sunset.
I can't lose.
I cannot lose this fight.
This is legacy. This is history. Gonna make for one hell of a fight.
What's that word say written down your arm there?
Redemption.
Because he always kept boxing away from me. I wasn't allowed to watch his fights, I wasn't allowed to go to his fights. We never talked about boxing in the house. But I went to a sleepover at about 10, 11 years old. I'm going through a VHS collection, and believe it or not, he was on the front cover of one of them, him and Nigel Benn. Popped it in, and that was the first time I ever saw my old man fighting.
He's stung by those rights. He's got him with the right hand, and he's down.
I've not sat down once and watched any of my fights with Conor. Not one.
He said it's up to you if you wanted to go and watch him.
Of course I have, yeah. I've seen all my dad's fights. What a dangerous man.
Nigel Benn would walk into my office and I would never know if he was going to try and hit me or burst into tears and sob like a baby. Completely unpredictable. On the other side, you have Eubank, the enigma. He arrived at my hotel and said, I understand you're Barry Hearn. I'm Chris Eubank, simply the best boxer in the world. He was the master of technique. Nigel Benn was the master of violence. They just didn't like each other.
You know, the hatred, it was strong.
I really do detest the guy.
Okay, well, I'm not going to argue.
Anyway, we ain't going to say it. Feel like wrong.
He was extremely disrespectful to my father. As a son, it's very hard to forgive.
The Benn Eubank fight made their careers, made them who they are.
Public's demanding this. You know, I walk down the street, people say, hey, give this boy a hiding.
Eubanks never hated him. He just wanted his belts, didn't he? He wanted his title.
I'd like you to know, Nigel, that I shall take you out on the night of the 18th of November. You are mine, you belong to me. I am the man.
The first fight, they sabotaged his ring entrance, didn't they? They cut the music. And Eubanks said, don't worry, we're still going out without it. Doesn't mind me. And we just walked out to it then.
We've yet to really ever discover whether Eubank can take a shot tonight. We will find out if he can. We certainly will.
He was very violent. Totally fearless.
Jesus, look at that right.
Nigel Benn hit Eubank with an uppercut and split his tongue down the middle.
We should split it a bit more.
I mean, I'm in the corner, and you could hear the punches. They were thudding.
Minority trying to get behind him, and Ships a good right hand, caught and in trouble, but fights back.
But you could hear him going, is that all you got? Is that it? You're punching like a girl. And that's what took right through the fight. It was unbelievable.
So Eubank is getting very accurate with the right hand. Maybe the writing on the wall now for the challenger.
Every punch was hurting every fighter.
Right, so even when he's tired.
Jab started to turn the fight where Nigel Benn's eye was swollen.
And then groggy and the left eye completely closed now.
His whole mentality is alpha male. My father shut that down.
Eubanks has got to take this opportunity. Here we go. It's all over. It's all over.
My father won the first fight in spectacular fashion, stopping the Dark Destroyer. He did it when nobody said he could. 1-0.
Does that ever still piss you off?
No. All good fighters lose.
You know, I'm sure there are just random nights throughout the week, you just wake up, just sweating, thinking about that defeat. That has haunted him for the last 30 years.
3 years ago, he prepared like a champion, and I can't knock him for that. He went out there, he prepared for a champion, but this time, I prepared like a champion, a true champion. And you will see. You will see.
The second fight was a draw.
It's, yeah, well, yeah.
I think it still bothers him. When I win, watch his reaction then. You think Algeria was some reaction. Wait till you see this reaction.
Right the money!
And now it's their chance to even the score.
The third fight that never happened. Last fight was a draw. Their sons gets handled the parents' business.
This fight is an absolute monster. The biggest in British boxing, perhaps one of the biggest ever in the sport in this country.
Pressure on both their shoulders, do you think?
What, for this fight? Hell of a lot for both of them.
They know if they lose this fight, it will be very, very difficult to take.
I'm not letting the Ben name even the score.
I'm gonna get in there and handle business.
My son will put it on him. My son will put it on him.
I think the only chance Conor Benn has got to win is when Eubank leaps over the rope, he breaks his leg.
I think it's going to be a war.
You know, I pushed a lot of buttons in that press conference. I'll be 60% on the night, and that will be enough to do whatever I want with you.
Are you taking me lightly? Is it going to be your problem?
I can't do anything else but take
Okay, that's
it
fine, and you carry on playing poker and losing.
Oh, come on, mate.
I won. Everyone I pressed, he was immediately...
I've had big press conferences, I've had big weigh-ins, big fights.
I'm going to take you to school, I'm going to walk you through the doors, I'm going to sit you down in class, and I'm going to stick on you, and I'm going to teach you every single lesson you need to learn. One of us is in for extremely rude awakening. I don't think it's going to be me.
And I'm going in, and if I see a slight opening, I'll take him out. I'm going to go for it. I can't lose.
This is the most important fight of my career.
Chris Eubank's last few camps have been stateside, but for this super fight, he decided there's only one place he would like to train, and that was back home.
Born and bred in Brighton, it's always fun to be doing these camps out here. It's comfortable.
You're rather late, you know what I'm saying?
All right, let's go. Let's sit down.
We're standing about waiting for you, mate.
I don't need to separate myself from normal life to be able to train right. A lot of fighters, they need to, you know, go to some remote place away from their family and their wives and kids because they're not, you know, they're not disciplined enough to work through those distractions. That's how I see it, you know. They're not mentally tough enough to be able to be around the comforts of home while they are preparing for war. I can prepare for war on a beach, you know? It doesn't matter. Just give me a ring and some gloves.
You're being well paid, Brown, don't start complaining. Lovely. You notice him, all his punches are hard, he don't mess about, they're all hard. He might, during the fight, he might just mess about, fiddle a bit up there, but down here, all these punches are hard, they'll tell. See, big left hook to finish. Yeah, send it in, send it in. Keep working like that. I can't do nothing. All my hands are messed up now. The old man done that, his father.
That story carrying on, the legacy, you were in the room, I believe, when Junior was born.
I was outside the room at Southlands Hospital, yeah. And you know when they turn him upside down, the nurse slaps him, don't they? Well, he cried, obviously, and I said to Eubanks, he ain't gonna be no good as a fighter, mate, he's crying already.
Chris didn't offer his blessing, did he, for this fight? Do you know why that was?
I never knew about none of this. No one's told. I don't even know the full story now, because I tend not to get involved with anything personal between the father and the son.
My father is with me as a business advisor now, and his advice was, wait another year. I wasn't willing to risk that.
It's Chris Eubank Jr. 10 ounce gloves. You know, it's a no-brainer for me.
Lovely. Nice one.
I've got 5.5 weeks left, 6 weeks. I'm already at 30%. I've got 6 weeks to just get another 30% in. I'll Be at the 60, we'll be good to go.
Yeah. There's a rib, mate. It hurts. Well, you'll have to deal with it, won't you? You got simple as that.
It's just a rib. It's got 14 others, haven't
You got, I don't know how many ribs you got. I don't know.
So yeah, I had a painting of my brother.
On the 9th of July 2021, Chris Eubank Jr.'s world turned upside down following the passing of his brother, Sebastian Eubank.
I bought the painting and I was going to put it in my house, but I thought, where would it mean the most? Not just to me, but to, you know, all the people that he touched. And it's in this gym where I experience pain, where I get fit. Let him watch over that.
Of course, it was hard. I mean, I was godfather to the kid, and I was just devastated, shocked. Everyone was shocked. And we don't talk about it.
My brother has a son who now grows up without a biological father. He has a father in me. I'm gonna watch out for him and provide for him for the rest of his life. I have to make sure that I can make enough money to be able to get him everything he's gonna need as he grows. Let him be in my mind every single day while I'm going through the trials and tribulations that a fight can't bring. Have him there as a reminder of why I'm doing this. Family, upholding the Eubank name. We both got a hell of a lot on the line. I have a lot more pressure and risk. I cannot lose this fight. If I lose, I retire. That's a huge weight on my shoulders. I can't come back from a loss to Conor Benn. I just can't. I've been through too much in this sport to let a young pup come up and take what's mine. And what's mine is victory. He hasn't lost. He's had a lot of good knockout wins. He doesn't know how to lose yet. And if he's anything like his old man, he will go out on his shield, which makes him dangerous.
When I interviewed him, I said, what did you see when you looked in Conor Benn's eyes? And he said, I see someone who's not scared, I see someone who's ready. Did you get that right?
Surprised me he said that, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, I'm coming in there tiring him out. You know, there's nothing seductive as a dangerous idea. I'm all about risks. Risks give me goosebumps. Risk makes life exciting. By the end of my career, I took every risk there.
Whilst Eubank came home to Brighton, Conor Benn, he took a different approach.
We talked about LA, we talked about Monte Carlo, we've ended up in the Isle of Wight. Just talk us through the decision to get away.
Just to eliminate all distractions. Me being here, we're all on one mission, we're all on one goal. And that's why I brought the people I have with me, including my dad. We're all men on a mission.
I need a coffee shop.
You don't need an espresso, it's a leisure train.
Yeah, yes, I do.
Who said that?
Me.
It's all in your head, Dad.
It is all in my head, that's right, I need a coffee.
How are you enjoying being here with Conor? Yeah. At your ringtone,
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. Uptown Funk, right?
Yeah, up there, mate. Woohoo! Don't start me off.
Can you sing a bit? Give us a bit, go on.
No, not at all. No, you're pushing it, mate.
Training plans today is we have spring work this morning, and then we have agility work, pad work, tactical work. But at the minute it's about red heart rate zones.
That nice and early.
See what you've done there, mate. Well done.
He's looking great as ever. He's nailing or crushing his, he would say, every single session, and just putting everything into all of the work that he's doing, Without going too in depth in terms of physiology, it's a good session because it's ticking the boxes that we need, but it's also deloading him a little bit and giving him a bit more variety. So we're in here, we've created the environment instead of him just pounding away on the concrete. It's a bit of a lower day.
Every single fight, I leave no stone unturned. Do I push myself to the brink every single time? You know, so for me now, it's, I can't say harder than ever because I push myself the hardest I can every single camp. But I have already hit PBs this camp.
How do you fit it then?
I don't know which one I want to get on the wrong side of, but myself and Nigel have been doing a bit of work out here. He's been nailing the diet as well, so he's in camp mode, which is great to have him here.
How he trains, mate, trains like a gladiator. So focused. I've never seen that. It weren't in me, because I'd be out there partying one way, burning the candle out the other, you know what I mean? But Conor's completely different to me. Completely different. Makes a mess, mate. But good mess. Got to be done, bud.
But having him around you, does it make you feel young again?
Does it make me feel young? No, it makes me feel old.
Do you see differences between you and your dad?
Don't know. I was about to say less angry.
It's just the same. He can't dress good though, that's what I'm saying. You're in trouble, son. Yeah, his dress sense, mate, oh my gosh.
You giving him some advice?
He won't take it, mate. I'm an old man. He keeps calling me the old man. No, I ain't wearing what you wore. If I look at me in my peak, I'm here in my peak. Conor's already there. There's no comparison. By the end of training camp, mate, he'd be an animal. You know, a lot of people always think, oh, he's 2 weights bigger than him. I thought, well, look, if you look at it, Watson was massive. Eubank was massive. I was the smallest out of them all, but I pack a much harder punch. Conor's exactly the same. We're small, but we're compact, mate, and we can deliver a punch if we have to.
He rung me after Eubank's last 3 fights, said to me, if the Eubank fight ever comes about, I believe I can beat him. It's a massive risk. It's the Eubank Benn name going together that makes this fight. He feels quite comfortable at doing at 157 weight. So he knows he's got to go to another level in training, and he knows he's got to go to another level in the fight.
You know, I work on my strengths and worry about what I can do. I don't worry about what he can do, I worry about what I can do and what my attributes are and put them into play.
The hard session, all we've done the hard. Make it as hard as we want, really. Plan for the rest of the day, yeah, we'll go back, eat as a team, and probably just relax, get some rest in.
I think this is one of these fights that cuts through and appeals to a much wider market.
It's got history.
I mean, there was so much interest in this fight. I think the consensus is that it could have been fought on the moon.
You know, you've got to remember the original fight done, what, 18.5 million views?
We had 18.5 million then. So we'll see what numbers you come back with.
It doesn't matter. It's a different time.
I don't know, have you two got the razzmatazz like what me and Chris has?
I accepted your challenge after the fight in Portugal. You said no. You said you were going for Galvano. 2-3 weeks later, you fought Galvano and you won the title. Yeah. Now you start playing your game, which is...
you made me wait 2 years, didn't you?
You didn't deserve the chance.
Oh, no, you don't deserve the chance.
Conor's different, you know. He's up for it, and I'm up for it, and we can both talk. Well, I can talk.
Have fun, baby.
Conor can react.
Mate, could not care less about anything. The ring walk, first, second. Eubank, Ben Eubank.
Yeah, we don't care about that, do we?
But then when you look at who was trending in the UK, it wasn't Eubank, it was Ben. You know, so that says enough as it is.
People like to say I have a big ego.
I think it's an essential ingredient that he has. your ego means you want to come out on top at all costs.
But ego is a negative word, and it's kind of like unwarranted. If someone has an ego, it's like, oh, they think they're something that they're not, and they shouldn't be that way. And I don't think I'm like that. If I was talking the talk but not walking the walk, then that to me is ego. But I walk the walk.
Just let him have all that. That's why fights for his career don't get made. That's why he's so difficult to work with. His whole career is
stop,
underachieved, fights not getting done. That's probably because of his ego.
Does the ego, does it match up to what the reality is? And that all unfolds on fight night. You know, just reveal that reality.
This fight, if I said no and my ego got in the way of me going, no, I want my name first. Or no, I want a ring walk second. No, I want a home corner. The fight probably wouldn't have got made.
I think Conor has the ego. He sent me a contract saying, I want to fight you. That is ego. To be honest, I felt disrespected when I saw that contract. I was like, hold on a second. Wait, this guy wants to fight me? Where's the respect? This guy should be fearing me, not thinking that he can beat me. We're gonna have to take him down a notch or two.
Was it a bit far-fetched when we sat in a meeting and mentioned his name? A little bit. But it grew legs really quick, and we said, you know what, we'll go with this option. Let's go. I just want to fight, really, to be honest with you. And that was my approach. I think
sounds just like me.
I think momentum is very important.
It's my job to go out there and teach this kid a lesson. Let him know who's boss. Let him know who the Eubanks are.
As the day comes to an end for Chris Eubank Jr., the time comes to relax, reflect, and unwind.
I've always loved video games. I don't know, it kind of relaxes me. Get the headset on, talking trash to 13-year-olds in Germany and all around the world. Just, it's just incredible. Like if only you knew who you were really talking to. Yes, I play video games, but as I am an athlete, a responsible athlete at that, I actually stretch while I'm playing. I'm very chilled. And that is where Conor is gonna come unstuck in this fight. He's not a chilled guy. He doesn't know how to relax. He doesn't know how to not let things emotionally affect him. I don't waste any energy, nothing. I don't waste time and I don't waste energy. When I got that contract, I was flabbergasted. And not only telling me he wants to fight me, but telling me that it's Ben Eubank and that he's gonna walk in second. And I'm gonna wait for him in the ring. The balls on this guy, the balls on Eddie. There were many things in the contract which were not correct. I don't need this fight, so if I'm gonna give you what you want in fighting me, then I'm going to take what I want. I'm not a yes man, you know? Eddie likes yes men. Unless I've missed something completely and he's a completely different guy to what I think he is, yeah, the occasion is gonna get the better of him. He is going to crumble under the pressure.
Next time